Good morning. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. You are watching the Trading Phoenix, where I trade live every morning, Monday to Friday, in my challenge account through Funder Pro. Link in the description down below. Thanks for joining. I want to just start off quickly by asking if you are watching this and you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. We are about 10 subscribers away from hitting 200 subscribers, and I know that doesn't sound like a lot to many, but it is a lot to me, and I was not expecting to really ever reach this point, especially in just the last 3 to 4 months. We've got some momentum, and I want to keep the momentum going. And I appreciate all of you that have already subscribed thus far. And if you haven't subscribed, which is about 98% of you that watch my content have not subscribed yet, I would please ask that you subscribe to the channel. Helps us out, and I want to continue to be able to bring you more and better content for you. So with that being said, good morning. We have another trading day here, and I would expect that today is going to be just as volatile as it was yesterday. Lots of tariff talk in the news. I watched the congressional speech yesterday by President Trump. Last night, I should say. I watched most of it. 10 o'clock's my bedtime. I'm out. But I did watch the first hour or so of it. Yeah, it was interesting. I don't know if you guys watched it at all. One of the Democratic members got booted. And honestly, in all fairness, like whether you like the guy or not, whether you agree with him or not, he is our sitting president. The majority of the people in this country voted for him and his policies. So regardless of whether you like it or agree with it or whatever, he should be respected. And um, the same was said for Biden, right? And every president, honestly, he is the president, and they should be respected regardless of what you're feeling. And this particular gentleman was extremely disrespectful. So I was all for watching this guy get booted out of the speech, and I would feel the same way if it was somebody on the opposite side of the aisle. Like it shouldn't matter. But anyway, we'll put that aside. But it was interesting. A lot of talk about tax cuts, tariffs. He did actually mention last night that he had just received a letter from Ukraine saying that they are now willing to come back to the table and sign the agreement that he was supposed to sign on Friday. I think it was Friday last week when he was here, and they put on that show on live TV, which President Trump then responded by saying no more aid to Ukraine. And it only took about a day or two for him to receive a letter saying, "Yeah, no, we'll sign the deal. Let's sign it at the earliest convenience whenever you're ready." Um, you know, we have a saying that I like to use, and I believe in it solely. And I apologize, YouTube, here for saying what I'm about to say, but fuck around, find out, right? So anyway, with all that being said, I would assume that, I don't want to say assume, I would expect that volatility will continue today. We do have some data that already came out today. ADP employment change came out today. We were expecting 140K. We got 77K, like half of what we were expecting. That's a pretty big miss to the downside there. So we only added 77,000 jobs. Yeah. And so the other big one coming out today at 10 a.m. is ISM Services PMI. So that's at 10 a.m. Another piece of data that I can't be in a trade for. So we'll see how things go. And here we are, market open. I This setup here that I have laid out was almost exactly the same setup that I was aiming for yesterday, right before market open. Um, and I got taken out with volatility right before market opened, and it continued in the direction that I thought it was going to continue in. So I laid this out here again, but this time I had my stop loss placed above the actual high instead of the area of imbalance here. I didn't take the trade, um, just because, again, volatility, right? Uh, but this was almost exactly the same setup as I had yesterday. But you learn, right? You live the experience, you learn, and you move on. Um, so I'm going to let the morning volatility here play out. I probably won't take any trades until after 10 a.m. just because we do have that news coming out, and I don't want to be in the middle of a trade uh, when that comes out. When I can't be, so I'd have to close it wherever we are 2 minutes prior. So I don't want to do that. Um, let's see. Yeah, volatility obviously is still high according to the VVIX. So we are going to get some of the same kind of movements. And as to be expected, we still have a lot of uncertainty. Yes, we have the Ukraine thing going on. Yes, they did respond and say that they were ready. But until all this stuff is actually like done, signed, boom, whatever, there's going to be hesitation in all this stuff, So we, uh, we have spoke with Russia, according to President Trump. They're ready for peace. Hopefully, the Ukrainian government is done being stupid now and is going to sign an agreement, and then we can sit down to the table and end that war over there. Um, it shouldn't have happened in the first place, but the reality is it did, and now you have to do what you have to do to end it, which means concessions on both sides. Okay, it's not going to be one-sided. It is what it is. That's how things work. Um, you can't change the past. It happened. Uh, do what you can to get it ended, right? So hopefully that will happen. Hopefully we get some good numbers, although the ADP employment change wasn't the greatest. But ISM services, we had ISM manufacturing PMI on Monday. Today's ISM services PMI. Service is a big thing. This is one of the sections of inflation that have been super sticky for a long time now, right? So big numbers coming out today, huge. Um, and then Friday we have unemployment numbers. So I would imagine that we're going to have volatility through this week, honestly, because we have all that data. And then over the weekend, all of this stuff will be digested, and hopefully next week we can get some better price action in the market. So yesterday, during the live, oh no, right before the live, I did have that red trade. It went down 2%. During the live yesterday, I did catch a trade that I actually went up just over 2%. So I ended the day yesterday, break even. Totally cool with that, especially in this type of market. So yeah. So this week, like I said, I'm super um, picky, right? I'm going to be super picky with my trades this week because of the extreme volatility that we're in. And I know I keep talking about it, but it's important to know about. Hopefully, we get some slowdown in the volatility. We can try to get some better price action in the market, and we'll go from there. I would imagine that the market's going to digest everything that we have going on this week, and that will kind of decide whether we're going to get a bounce where we are right now and continue to the upside, or if we're going to continue to the downside and end up getting an even bigger correction, before we head back up. I have no doubt in my mind that at some point this year we will continue up and make new all-time highs. I have no doubt in my mind about, and that's just my opinion. That's not I'm not fortune telling here or whatever. That's my opinion. That's just based on my beliefs and the policies and stuff that I have read about and that I understand that are coming out. I believe that they are good for this country, and I believe that once we get all this stuff settled and things start rolling, you know, we will start to see some real good change happening, which will affect the markets in a very positive way. My opinion. Okay, not financial advice. Doesn't have to be your opinion. That's just my opinion. And I come on here live to tell you my opinion. And, you know, I don't expect anyone to agree with it or disagree with it, whatever. I have no expectations. I just talk. There's a microphone here, there's a camera there. I just talk to it. It's all your decisions based on, or, your decisions whether you want to agree, disagree, or not care, either way. So we are getting some continued movement to the downside here, which would have been nice. If I did enter that trade, I would have actually already have hit my TP here. But that's all right. That's okay. Oh, you know what I need to do? I've been wanting to, let me make a little note for myself here. This is what I have to do. I got so much stuff going on and I love it. I'm not complaining. I love the fact that things are growing and progressing so quickly here with all of this that I have a lot to do. Down for it. And I have all you to thank for it. So thank you. Appreciate it. What I want to do is, number one, find a better music, something a little bit more chill, I'd say. If you guys have any recommendations for the kind of music y'all like to listen to, I'll put like a little mix together and have it play during the live streams here. Let's see, we'll do. All right, a little reminder there for me to get that done. All right, there's that. This actually looks nice. This is nice here. This particular movement here. This is normal movement for the morning, normal volatility for market open, and we are getting some direction here without these like huge. We're just gonna take everything, swing back up, swing back low. Yeah. So we have a break in structure with this nice candle here, right? Which pushed past lows of the day today. We've been in a nice. Is it lows of the day? Let me see. Let me make sure I'm not talking out of my butt. Yeah. Lows of the day so far, right? This is nice. All right. So we have, but we are not leaving behind any imbalance for me to play with. That's okay. And that's typical during high volatility markets. But this price action is way better so far than what we've had previous days. In my opinion. I wouldn't even mind if this just came right back and took all this up here, right? So we have lows of the day here, market open, we push down below. If this comes all the way back up and we continue high, I'm okay calling this a liquidity grab. Beautiful. Let's take it. Let's get the setup for the long run and take some longs. Yeah, this is beautiful. The whole point, though, is that we continue to the upside after this. We don't get these wicked movements back and forth. That's what I don't like. So if we move past here and we kind of break structure, previous structure here, I'm okay with that. And let's look for some long positions, right? But again, I only have 20 minutes here, so if I'm gonna take something, it would have to be either a quick scalp or I just have to wait um, until that data comes out at 10 a.m. and then I can look for entries. Yeah. Also, I want to apologize. I did not pay attention much really to the live yesterday. I wasn't really paying much attention to trading, um, and I was in the middle of focusing on creating this AI agent that I want to put into the Discord, and so I realized that I wasn't really paying much attention, and I'm not going to do that again. So sorry. So I have to manage my time a little bit better. Um, so when I come on here live, we're going to trade. We're going to trade. We're going to talk about the market. We'll talk about news and we'll talk about everything that we can about the market. Obviously, I'm going to mention my free Discord link in the description, but I'm not going to be focused on that and building that out while I'm on this live here. So I apologize. Um, Sometimes I get excited about things and ideas that I have and I kind of just run with it. But, you know, is what it is. But I recognize it, and I don't wanna do that. I appreciate all of you, and I appreciate, that you guys come here and watch my channel, especially being new. So I want to make sure I'm focused on the right things at the right time. So when I'm on the live in the morning, we're focused on trading, and I'm focused on you guys. That's my thing for you, right? That's where I should be. That's where my attention should be. So let's talk about what we're seeing here. Um, Nice little push back up. Starting to get a little bit of slowdown here, some struggle. I hope we're not going to end up doing this, back and forth ping pong thingy here again. It doesn't really look like the same structure as we've had the past couple days, week. So I'm hoping that we're coming up to this little area of resistance here and we can find a path to push through it. It looks good so far. We're still making progress. I'm not mad at this here. I would love to see a break above this high here, and then we can hopefully look for um, an entry. But I'm hoping that we can hold off on getting that entry before or after 10 o'clock because we're kind of cutting it real close here. So um, yeah, who's hiring? We got a couple of things that well, I kind of already mentioned them. Some articles that I popped up here that we can go through together if the market starts to get boring again. The trade that I made yesterday, the second one, the one that I came back with. Once again, I took profits too early because I get nervous and you know I have this issue. It's called fear. It's one of the pillars of success that I'm building a course around. Um, and I think it's probably one of the hardest to overcome. And it's the fear of losing, right? And when it comes to money, it's it becomes very emotional in people. And if you can get past that, you'll do fantastic, right? So yesterday I closed my trade at break even. And I said to myself, well, I'm at break even here. If it flips around, I don't want to lose what I've gained here. So I'm going to take profits here, which may not sound like a terrible thing, right? But the reality is price continued to move um, in my favor and um, moved well beyond another 2 to 1, 3 to 1. So in reality, I could have gotten my minimum 2 to 1 uh, goal if I had just stuck in the trade. And I talk about this because it is one of the hardest things to overcome. You see your gains on the screen, and you don't want to lose what you think you have gained already there, right? Because it's not real until you click that close button, and you end up closing, too early, and you lose out on a lot of other gains. Now, this is a controversial thing, I would say, because some people would say, "Yeah, but you gained what you gained, right?" And other people would say, "But yeah, well, you left a lot more on the table." I would say that the root of that issue is fear. And if you didn't have the fear of losing what you're risking or what you may or may not have gained already, if you didn't have that fear, you would you would be much more successful. So I want to kind of side with, you left a lot more on the table. And I don't want to put it in that way because that sounds greedy. Um, it is greedy, right? So, but it's not because of that. Look at it from the standpoint of you're overcoming your fear. And by doing so, you are going to become more successful quicker. So if you look at it from that standpoint, which is how I'm going to try to start looking at it, um, I would say 8 times out of 10, even 7 times out of 10, your trade will actually continue to go in the direction that you wanted. So, have faith in yourself and in your decision making, and don't let fear overcome your faith in yourself, if that makes any sense. And stick with the trade. If the trade goes against you and you end up losing, oh well. If it fit your strategy, if you followed your rules and you took an appropriate trade based on all that stuff, you know, 4 times out of 10, 3 times out of 10, it's going to go against you. And that's okay. That's the market. Um, but those times, the 6 times or 7 times out of 10, or even 8 times out of 10, depending on your strategy, that it goes for you, you will overcome two, three, four of those losses. Right. So that's how you kind of have to think about it. It's one of my biggest things that I have to say it's probably the only thing that I have to get over at this point. It's probably one of the only things that's holding me back right now still is the fear of losing. Yep. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna conquer our fears. All right. So we are starting to get this back and forth movement again, which means, we have no direction in the market. We're just range trading, which is, you know, probably expected, honestly, until the data comes out in 10 minutes. We're just going to trade in our range to see what our ISM services number is going to be. And then maybe, the market will give us a direction. We'll see. Mm-hmm. I want to edit my title. What's wrong with you? Yeah, it doesn't want to let me do it there. Do it over here. Yeah. So we got 8.5 minutes here until this market data comes out. And so really we just kind of have to hang tight and let the market do what it's going to do for now until we get this data. I would imagine that even the market is waiting for the ISM Services PMI to come out. Let's go here, here. Just updating the title of the live there. And let's go back to here while we're waiting for this data to come out. Mm-mm-mm. Top moments from Trump joint session. It was quite interesting to watch, actually, especially in the beginning. They just extremely, extremely disrespectful. Extremely disrespectful. All right. 6 minutes here. 6 minutes. All right. Private employers added just 77,000 jobs in February, far below expectations. It was half, or just over half, right? Well off the upwardly revised 186 in January and below the 148 estimated, ADP reported. The report reflected tariff concerns, of course, as a sector that lumps together trade, transportation, and utility jobs saw a loss of 33,000 positions. Hey, what are we doing here? You guys know something we don't? Mm-hmm. Yeah, see, so the total was the smallest increase since July and comes at the time when worries are rising that economic growth is slowing and worries brew that President Donald Trump's tariff plans will spark another round of inflation. ADP said annual pay rose 4.7% in February, the same as the prior month. Yeah, futures lost some gains after, and Treasury yields were mixed. And that's the thing, right? It's just uncertainty. That's what's happening right now. When there's uncertainty in the market, you get volatility, you know, you get corrections. That's all. You just have to wait for this stuff to play out and see what happens. Here's a quote from the ADP chief economist. Policy uncertainty and a slowdown in consumer spending might have led to layoffs or a slowdown in hiring last month. Yeah, well, all right, so we've pushed past daily lows again for market open this time. So we're getting a bit of a sell off here even before those numbers come out. Hmm. On the positive side, leisure and hospitality jobs jumped by 41,000, while professional and business services added 27,000, and financial activities and construction both saw gains of 25,000. I mean, those are all good. Manufacturing also reported an increase in 18,000. Interesting. Services and good producer balanced. Da, 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 da. So what sector was the big loss in then? Hmm. So kind of a mixed report then there, right? Some sectors are gaining and hiring, and others are not. And it seems like some of the small businesses, with people or businesses with 50 employees or less, saw um, a loss. All right, we are a minute and a half away from more volatility. Yes. All right, so that's that. Trump tariffs live updates. Hope for a Canada compromise while China says it's ready to fight. All right, China. China. Sure. That's what Ukraine said too, and now they're already sitting at the table again. Da-da-da. Mm, mm, mm. I missed some big words there. The Chinese embassy in the U.S. said in a post on social media site X that, quote, if war is what the U.S. wants, be it a tariff war, a trade war, or any other type of war, hey now. All right, ISM services PMI 53.5. We were expecting 52.6. Previous was a 52.8. Okay, so anything above a 50 there means that non-manufacturing economy in that index is generally expanding. Okay, so that's good, clearly. All right, so that's that. All right, cool. Maybe we're gonna get a little bouncy bounce here today. What do you think? We get a little bouncy bounce? Let's see if we can push past here. We jumped right up to this same level here. We wicked above, but we are not, we haven't closed above yet. More volatility. Anyway, let's get back to this. So, if war is what the U.S. wants, be it a tariff war, a trade war, or any other type of war, we're ready to fight till the end. China Foreign Ministry spokesperson Lin Jin made similar remarks. All right, there, fellas. Then they start talking about fentanyl here. We'll get back into this article in a little bit. Let's pay attention to the market here. Seeing how we got this big spike here. Are we going to get some upside today? What are we thinking? What do we think? So those numbers, and I'm not a professional at this stuff here, but those numbers seem to be good. They're even higher than what was expected, which means that that part of the economy is expanding, right? That's good. ISM services prices increased as well. Maybe not so good. ISM services new orders, 52.2. I don't even have an expectation for that. That's also expansion. Employment, 53.9. Expansion, which actually goes aligns with the ADP employment info. And we got a slight increase in factory orders month over month as well. Yeah, okay. I mean, it's not. I don't think that it's bad news for sure. So, and it looks like the market may want to move on it. So let's see. Let's see how it goes here. Maybe we'll get a little bounce today. Yeah, this looks good. This looks all right. All right. Hmm. Wonder if we can catch a little upside trade here. Let's take a look at the bigger time frames. Here's a 15-minute. This is nice. If we can hold it, this would be nice. We are at a little, again, resistance area-ish here. So can we hold this and keep moving up today? The 1 hour looks nice as well. If we can hold, it doesn't mean that this stays, right? All these candles just started, by the way. So it really kind of means nothing yet. Even the 4 hour, we'll see. What I did like is yesterday, here's a support here. You know, we had a pretty decent push down yesterday to continue our sell off, but we had a very, very nice bounce. Okay, with a close, a strong close off of this support area here, which was also overtook the previous 4 hour candle. It was kind of bullish. Then we got some consolidation this morning, a little sell off here, Let's see if we are going to continue to get some upside here, um, or if we continue to sell off here. Let's see. All right, it's all a waiting game. The day chart doesn't look that great. If you look in here at the day chart looks like we have downside. So, and we are kind of getting stuck here. The uncertainty could still be much stronger than the hopes, I guess, in the market. And we have unemployment rate coming out on Friday. Let's just take a look. Tomorrow we have our normal continuing jobless and initial jobless claims. We have some other non-farm productivity, imports and exports numbers. Not anything crazy tomorrow. Friday, however, we have average hourly earnings month over month and year over year. We have government payrolls, manufacturing payrolls, non-farm payrolls. Non-farm payrolls private. We have our participation rate. We have our unemployment rate. The unemployment rate and non-farm payrolls are the two high impact events for Friday, and all of that comes out at 8:30 a.m. Eastern time. Yeah, and then we have a whole bunch of Fed speech tomorrow and Friday as well. A whole bunch on Friday, actually. Ugh. Yeah, again, my expectations are continued volatility through the rest of the week. If it doesn't happen, great. You know, uh, prepare for the worst, hope for the best, kind of thing. But I would expect there to be continued volatility through the rest of the week, and especially into Friday morning. Um, Maybe we get some direction Friday at market open because of all those numbers come out before market open. Maybe. So let's see how today and tomorrow goes. Maybe over today and tomorrow we get decreased volatility into Friday. We get some decent numbers on Friday at 8:30 in the morning, and then maybe Friday we can get a little bit of direction, a little bit better price action. The price action today is not bad. It's just not giving us a direction. Um, so we'll see. Maybe that could be something that works out. Mm-mm-mm. So while this is playing out here, I do want to talk about the tariffs on Canada and Mexico. Uh, Trump speaks about them as not being a trade war thing, but because of fentanyl coming over the border. And this article here speaks about how, very, very little, if any, fentanyl is found at the northern border. Um, I work in the medical field and I live in New England. Okay. I'll tell you where, but I live in New England in the US. And I work as a paramedic in a large city where I do overdoses every day. And there is a difference in northern fentanyl and southern fentanyl. There's actually a very distinct difference. Um, it's a different color, it's a different everything. And so my point is, I guess, there is fentanyl that comes over both borders. And I know that because I deal with it and I've dealt with it for the past 8 years of my life. Um, so don't let this stuff fool you. It does happen 100%. Okay. Yes, I would imagine that the southern border is more than the northern border. That doesn't make it okay. It should be none. Okay? Should be none. So these articles and whatever can say whatever they want. I live it day in and day out. So I'm telling you that it comes from both sides. I guess Prime Minister Trudeau and President Trump are expected to talk today. The talks come a day after Trump imposed sweeping tariffs against Canada, and Trudeau retaliated with levies on U.S. goods. Yeah, that's it. You just bring everybody to the table, right? Once you get them to the table, then you can chat. But people got to come to the table first, right? And if they won't come to the table, then you know, get them there. All right. So those are those articles. Let's see. Yep. Anything else? CrowdStrike slumps 10% on weak earnings outlook. Weak earnings outlook. Overhang from outage cost. Yeah, well, do better. Don't have outages. The Federal Housing Administration could face layoffs. What that may mean for home buyers. Yeah. I mean, listen, here's the other thing too. We're gonna get um some crappy employment numbers over the next couple months, obviously, because they're cutting um, federal jobs uh, and a lot of them to cut waste. So I would imagine that even on Friday they should be expecting some not so good employment numbers because we've already cut a whole bunch of federal jobs. So all of that's going to come in to those numbers and fall into that data over the next couple months. Um, so you got to think about that too. That's going to play a part in unemployment over the next few months until things start to settle down, which will add to the uncertainty in the market, right? So, hey, we got a new member in the Discord. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Glad to have you here. Let me actually post the numbers that came out today. Yep. Let's take a little screenshot here. Let's get you guys the numbers, the important ones. That way you guys can see them. Capture that. We're going to come back over here. And we'll pop it in. I guess we'll put it in this chat. Upload file. Boom, boom. Send it. There you go, everyone. You got data. I'm going to try to be better with posting all that stuff, as it comes out on in the Discord. I feel like I need a secretary. That's kidding. Maybe not though. Maybe getting a little rollover here. Yeah, let's see. I don't know if we have enough strength. I don't know if the Bulls have enough strength to continue to the upside here. Maybe we're just coming back and grabbing some more orders that we left behind here with this bugger. Right. Da, 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 da. Let's see. Go back to the news channel. Yeah. Mm-mm-mm. So this article here, the Federal Housing Administration could face layoffs, what that may mean for home buyers. I mean, honestly, nobody's buying homes right now. So what's that going to mean for home buyers? Nothing until interest rates start to tumble. And I think they did come down a little bit. And that's actually interesting. Let's take a look at what the actual current 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 interest rates. All right, let's see. So as of March 5th, your average interest rate for a 30-year fixed mortgage is 6.69%. So it hasn't moved. Hasn't moved. Even your 30-year fixed refinance, 6.7%. Nobody's going to do that. And then there's such little um what's the word I'm looking for? There's such a small amount of homes inventory. Thank you. That's what I'm looking for. Hello. More coffee. There's such little inventory in the housing market right now across the country that uh, you know there isn't really much to pick from. So who's going to buy something that they probably really don't want at a almost 7% interest rate? Nobody. So the housing market isn't really doing much right now. So cutting those jobs uh, isn't going to have any effect really. I don't think for home buyers. Again, my opinion, but I don't see it. Let's see what we gonna get here. Are we flipping over? Are we rolling over here? Like I said, again, on the day chart, it doesn't look that great. This looks like we still have some downside, you know, and probably at least to lows of previous day anyway. See what the 15-minute chart looks like. See if we're just doing a thing here. So about a 50%. Oh, yeah. All right. I mean, I guess you could call this an area of imbalance here. We did break previous structure ish, at least this one here. So are we just looking to fill the balance here? I don't actually like this one. It's not the greatest setup. Um, but technically you have a break in structure and you did leave an imbalance here between these two candles. So are we just coming back to balance and then we're going to move back up, or are we filling the balance to move down? Let's see. Let's see. Da, 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 da. Mm. I would be more inclined to continue looking for shorts today, just because that's still the overall trend. It's the trend on the day. It's the trend, on the daily chart. It's the trend. It's the even on the smaller time frames for um, today. It's still, yeah. I think we're looking for some more downside. Wonder if we can even use this as an inverse play. Not like that. You gotta you gotta give me a uh volatility is starting to pick up again. We're still sitting high. It doesn't even matter at this point. We're above 100. We're above 110. We're up in the 117, 118 area. We hit 132 yesterday. You know, um, once you get above 100, volatility is expected. Um, and the higher you go, you know, the more you're going to get. So I don't, yeah. I mean, we're still just range trading here. So this is um, yeah, I'm just very cautious because we are range trading. We have not actually signaled a direction yet. The overall direction is down, sure, but we have not signaled a direction since market open today, the New York session, um, which means we could just be doing this back and forth ping pong stuff, and that's not a great way to trade. It's too risky for me. Yeah. So once again, this may be another day where we sit out, because of extreme volatility. I don't know. I would like to take this short, but am I going to get taken out with a wick or something? See, this stuff is just. Hmm. Hmm. Let's see how this candle closes. Maybe we'll see how the next one looks. Yeah, see, I don't like the price action. I think again, this is market that your stop losses get taken out left and right. Even if I pick the correct direction, which I do believe is more down than up, am I going to get wicked out? So that's my concern here. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Mm. Decisions, decisions. I'm okay with even having a wider stop today because of the volatility, but at what point, like I don't know. Tesla signs deal for first India showroom. Hey, Tesla to open first showroom in Mumbai. Hmm. All right, Tesla. Yeah, da, 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 da. We don't have a direction today, and I don't like it. Hmm. Very skeptical on the day, you know? Let's take a look at the 15-minute here again. We just overtook that, so are we just going to do the same thing now? This is range trading. Just trading in a range here. So that's the thing, right? Um, and unfortunately, when we're doing that, um, you don't have a clear direction in the market, so which way do you go, you know? And you can say, "Oh, I'll use the overall trend," sure, but, um, in the day today, we could just be going back and forth. We could just be consolidating now, right? So, and when we enter a market that consolidates throughout the day, um, where do you put your stop loss, right? Without it getting taken out, and then if even if it doesn't get taken out, do you have enough to make a decent RR with your trade? So again, I'm thinking like, why should I not get into this trade? You know, and the biggest reason is because we don't have a direction. We are sideways trading. So, um, you know what? That's what I'm going to stick with for right now until the market shows me some kind of direction. Um, there's no trade here. There's no point in getting in. So, all right, I'll be right back, folks. Don't go anywhere. Okay, I'm back. Um, mm, mm, mm. I suppose if we do trade, especially in a range, you'd want to take a trade up at the higher end, targeting the downside because the overall trend is down, right? So we want to look for shorts. The problem with today is the volatility in range trading. So where do you put your stop loss? Well, you want to put your stop loss way above the high, right? Um, of the range. So I guess risk to reward, that's probably the best opportunity is to see if price, heads back up towards the high of the range of the day, um, and gives you a signal that it's heading in the opposite direction again, right? And then you can take a short based off of the overall trend, which is still down. And even if it doesn't make new lows, at least at that point, you'd have enough room to get a decent RR based on the range that you're trading in, right? I don't know that that's going to be my, you know, cup of tea, but it's all, I guess it's based on um, your risk management, right? And what you're willing to risk. see what this article says here. Oh, I can't read it. Cool. Mm-mm. All right. Still just messing around here. Hmm. Hmm. All right. This whole thing doesn't matter anymore. And here we go. We are pushing back up to the upper end of the range. We're like at the halfway zone here between this trading range so far today. So this is definitely not really a spot that you want to get into. If I'm going to do anything, I'd like to see price head back up to the top of the range here and give me some kind of strong bearish signal, and then maybe we can take a little calculated risk here, even just targeting the lower end, right? Maybe. All right. Just another poopy day. It is what it is. The stuff will come down. We're just in a uncertain time. It'll pass, right? Everything passes. It'll pass. The market will calm down. It'll give us opportunities. Um, we just have to be prepared for those opportunities. That's all. But we have to be able to be there, right? So let's keep our accounts safe. Let's stay in the green, and let's wait it out. Let's wait for the opportunities. You know, that's all we could do. You don't need to rush into anything. I'm just trying to quit my job by the end of the year. No pressure. I'm just kidding. Don't do that to yourself. Don't put pressure on yourself like that. Do it. Let it happen organically, right? Just focus on consistency. I was just kidding. Focus on consistency, and then you can build and expand once you become consistent. All right. So again, what I'd like to see here is a move back up towards the high of this range here, and then maybe have some kind of bearish signal. It would have to be a strong bearish signal back to the downside, and then perhaps I'll take a trade up there going down. I believe we still have some more downside. Or like I said, at least we're going to be consolidating. Um, or if we don't make it up there, because I'm not going to take a trade in the middle here, a break below the lows um, would give us hopefully an idea of continuation to the downside, and then we can start to look for entries down there. So that's my plan for right now. Yeah, that is my plan for right now. And I think that's a good plan. Oh, goodness. Well, that's a nice bearish signal. But again, with the volatility the way it is, you know, I mean, you have an area of imbalance there. So you broke structure here. You have 1, 2, 3 bullish candles in a row. Strong bear candle barreling through the area of imbalance, which is just taken right back up with the next candle. Yeah, it's just too much volatility. The strategy does not do well with high volatility. That's just is what it is. And it's okay, you know. It's okay. To me, that's a sign, that's the strategy is telling you stay out, you know. And I'm okay with that. I would love to be able to say that I have a strategy that tells me to stay out of the market, you know. Whether that's actually what it's doing or not is besides the point. For me, based on my rules, that's what it's doing. Um, just too much volatility. So most of the time, when we have high volatility, my strategy does not give me entries. And if it does look like it might give me an entry, it does not check off my rules, which means I don't get in, which means it keeps me out of this, though. I mean, look at what we're looking at here. It keeps me out, which is okay. That's the safest way to play. If we had a direction, then the strategy 8 out of 10 times works. So I'll wait. I'll wait. Week's almost over. Um, to be honest with you, I'd be happy to end the week break even. If I didn't go down at all throughout this entire week with the crazy volatility that we've had, that's actually a win and growth for me personally. That's a win and growth for me. If I did not lose this entire week with this extreme volatility that we've had, that's growth uh, for me as a trader. So I'll take it. I'll take that win. That's a big win. Put that on the sticker chart. I'm good with that. Um, yeah, So to be honest with you, thinking about it that way now, I'm cool. I don't need to force anything. Tomorrow's another day, next week's another week. Survive to trade another day. So I don't need to blow any more accounts. Let's not do that. Oh, goodness gracious. Ugh. Excuse me. Excuse me. Mhm. Just gotta be patient, you know? Um, that's all there is to it. Do, 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 do. Mm, ooh, update. Mm, yeah, it's supposed to be what? No, I am. This is not for this is not for that. My wife just said you're supposed to be focusing on the live because we talked about what I mentioned earlier about how I wasn't focused yesterday. I am today, focused.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks.
Hey, I'm just trying out.
I appreciate you. Have fun.
Yeah.
The wind is a little chilly, so
Yeah.
make sure he's covered.
Thing. And we're probably
Okay. Yeah, I have a wife that um supports me 110% in what I'm trying to do here. You know, even to the point where we spoke about me not paying attention in the live yesterday and how I don't want to continue to do that. So she came in and she saw that I had ChatGPT open here. It's not I was not working on the AI bot. I was just asking a different question, but she's like, "You're supposed to be focusing." Yes, I am. I appreciate her. I appreciate her. Here we go. Maybe we're gonna get our downside now. All right, cool. So let's check this out here. We have boom, boom. Break in structure, as long as this closes. Let's wait for it to close before I start saying anything. I get a little excited, get ahead of myself. No, let's wait it out. Okay. Not actually a break in structure. Yeah, this is why we wait. Got to wait for candle closes. Wait for candle closes. We didn't break structure yet. I mean, we wicked out of it, but I like to see the close. Because without the close, we could just have a support here. Oops. Do that. No, that's not the one. Maybe I did it in Grok. Do, do, do. Pew. That's nice. I like this move here. This is okay. Here comes our downside, right? We didn't quite make it all the way up to the top here. That was the other one. 4 pillars of success. Yeah. Okay. Uh, Close that out. All right, so let's see what we get here. We did leave an area of imbalance behind here. Not the strongest one, just because it took a little bit of work to break this previous structure here. But we could possibly play off of this. Possibly. So let's see if we hold in here. See, this is going to be the thing, right? The volatility just takes all this out, and it becomes invalid based on my rules. And that's why with my rules, this strategy does not allow me to get into a volatile market. That's just, it is what it is. And I'm not, the rules work 80% of the time when we're not in a volatile market. So I'm not about to change my rules just because we're in a volatile market. I actually like the fact that this strategy doesn't um, allow me to get in when we're in this type of market. So, yep, T is the what it is. Yeah, I'll just leave that up so y'all can see it. We had one here too that didn't work out. We didn't really leave anything behind here. We had this larger one that I didn't really like. But either way, because of the volatility, um, and because of the rules that I have for my strategy, which are simple, which is nice. Simple strategy, simple rules. If you follow them to the T, 80% win rate. That's based on my back testing and my live trading so far with this strategy. Uh, so, oh, hey, what's going on? Haven't had time really to look at the charts today. Any higher TF levels you were watching? TF. What do you mean by TF? Ah, that makes sense. Sorry. I need another cup of coffee. Let's take a look. Previous day, which we kind of already ate up. This is the 15-minute chart. You can see an area of imbalance here, which we've kind of already used, which would have been a nice play. I didn't see this one, right? In previous sessions today. That would have been actually really nice. So there's that one, but this is now invalid. Let's take a look at the 1 hour. So hmm, there's not much for imbalances, at least on the 1 hour there. I mean, that was one a couple days ago. The 4 hour chart, we definitely have. So we have this one here you can call. That's kind of a ways away. Uh, we have one here as well. This one's already broken. Take a look at the day chart. And it almost aligns with the day chart also, but that's way back up at almost at all-time highs there. Um, this one looks pretty good on the day chart, but we got a little ways to go for that. There's nothing else here. Uh, so that's as far as areas of imbalance there. I talked earlier about this support area that we barreled towards yesterday, and we actually got a really nice strong bounce off of that. But we're still looking kind of bearish. So it really kind of depends on how today finishes out, how this candle finishes. Um, there's still a lot of uncertainty going on. Things with Ukraine, a lot of tariff talk again. We had tariff talk a few weeks ago. It kind of mellowed out a little bit, and now we're back because everything is kicking up again. We hit tariffs. Tariffs started on Mexico and Canada the other day, and then April 2nd is going to be reciprocal tariffs to anybody who tariffs us also. So there's a lot of uncertainty going on around that still. Um, the budget thing. So we are, I think, a week away, maybe something like that. I have to look it up for the exact date, but we don't have an agreement on the budget, which means we're getting close to a possible government shutdown again. Um, so I wouldn't be surprised if we continue consolidating, which is basically what we're doing today. If you look at the 15-minute here, you can see the consolidation happening here. Um, but within this range here, where we're trading between this trend line, there's a resistance here. I don't know if you can see that, and then there's a support here. So I would not be surprised if we just trade within this range here for a couple of days, maybe for the rest of the week. We'll see how next week goes. So I guess on the higher time frames, to answer your question, those levels would probably be the strongest levels to look for. If we run back down to the support, we might get a bounce off of that, and then same thing up top here for resistance. I don't really see much else in between that, and then you're kind of in a danger zone in the middle, right? Trading in this mess here is crap. Yeah. So that's my analysis on that anyway. It's just been a slow time period for trades, at least for me anyway, based on my strategy. And that's all right. I'm being tested. Can I hold out? My patience is being tested, and that's all right. Volatility is still hanging out, you know, pretty high, um, and really isn't moving much. So, and then, like I said, we have important data coming out on Friday, which is unemployment data. So that's a big thing that the Fed is paying attention to. It's a big thing that the market is going to be paying attention to because of that. And with all of the federal layoffs and stuff happening, there's definitely going to be some concern in those numbers. Yeah, I think so too. I agree with you. I think we range here for a little bit, providing nothing extreme happens in the market. I think we range for a little bit. Um, I do believe that we have a lot of upside later in the year, but while all of this uncertainty and everything is playing out at the beginning of this new presidency, um, with the tariff wars and the this and the that, Ukraine and all that stuff. Um, yeah, I definitely think we got some range trading, some consolidation, kind of where we're at now. Again, providing nothing happens data wise or economically, um, and then we'll see what the market does. I do believe that we got more upside. So um, for me personally, I'd rather just kind of wait Let the market figure out what it wants to do here. Let the market see the policies play out. Are the tariffs going to actually stay? Number one, right? Um, and number two, is it going to cause a rebound in inflation, which is what the concern is there? So there's a whole bunch of um, macroeconomic things happening that is affecting the market right now. So it is what it is. Nothing you can do about it. You know, just play it smart. Stay out if you need to. This will pass. We'll get some good movements, down the road, and we'll be able to succeed still. We can't succeed though if we're constantly going into drawdown because we want to make trades every day, right? This is not trading material here. Not for me anyway. Some people do trade in this stuff and they trade well, but they trade, the range. For me, that's just too risky. I don't like it, you know. So I like my strategy. I like that it keeps me out of volatile markets. And I like that it works 80% of the time when we're not in a volatile market. So I'll stick with it. Took amazing trade yesterday. There was daily demand on 200 at around 21. Was not home, so set buy stop loss. And when I got back, it was 3-1. That's awesome, man. Let me put this up for everyone to see. Nice job, dude. Good for you. Good for you. I love seeing people win. That's awesome. Today, another one in gold during London session. Nice. Keep it up, man. Awesome. 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 You posted those, right? Did you post those in the yeah, you posted your one yesterday. Was this the one you're talking about? Yep. First gap. This was the other this was what on Monday. What's today's date? I don't even know. The 5th. So you posted your trade on Monday that you made in the Discord. That was nice. And then we talked about the going against the trend one, right? That's you, right? It's the same. Oh, okay. Maybe it's somebody different. My bad. But hey, good for you. Oh, it is you? Okay. Oh, I see. You didn't post the trades that you were just talking about now. Gotcha. Gotcha. You've been killing it. You've been killing it. I like to see that. I like to see the success. Nice job. It's really awesome to hear that you have the set it and forget it mentality already. That's awesome and good for you on that. Good for you. Trust in your trade and let it ride out. That's awesome. That's something that I definitely am working on currently, and I talked about it earlier in the live today about my fear of losing, and it's my last hump um, to get over to really become successful. Everything else I've kind of gotten over, but that fear of losing is still got a hold of me. So I'm working on that, but it seems like you've already surpassed that, which is huge. So congratulations and good for you on that, man. I'm happy to hear that. That's awesome. Don't lose that. Don't lose that. Trust in your trades, set it, forget it, let it run out, and you're taking your wins. That's awesome. That's awesome. And thanks for the continued support. I appreciate it. Yeah, awesome. Cool. I appreciate that. I'm going to, while I got you here, actually, I'm going to reach out to you at some point in Discord, just so you know it's me. I'm telling you. Because I want you, you've been active both on my lives and in the Discord, and I would love it if you would um, want to test out the AI agent once I get it going. I'm going to release it to a few of you, the more active ones, and you've definitely been one. So if you're interested in that, let me know, and I'll reach out to you when it's ready. Still got some things to work out, but I want to open it up to a few people to mess around with and get some feedback from you and all that good stuff right before we open the gates. So I would love to see a continuation to the downside here. And then maybe look for an entry there. I'm not going to hang out too much longer just because, I do believe that we're going to get some sideways trading here. Makes sense, and I don't want to force anything. Let's see if we got any other news going on while we're waiting for this to continue to push down. Yeah, cool. I appreciate that, and I'll reach out when she's ready for a test run. I'll let you know. All right. So what I would love to see here is obviously one, a break below these lows, but ultimately I would love to see a break past the day low here. If we get that, I believe we're going to have some room to run a little bit. And then I'll look for an entry if it gives it to me. I would love to see some decent price action. This was not too bad here. The reason why I'm not using this though, this area of imbalance here, is because we didn't actually break previous structure with it. So it's less likely to be respected or even be used. Uh, so we are getting, we got a break in structure here, but nothing being left behind yet. So I would love to see a break below the lows of the day, which would give me a little bit more confirmation that we're going to continue to the downside. That would be the direction of the day, right? With all this, we have no direction. Um, but if we can push below the lows, then it gives you a little bit more confirmation of a direction in the day, and then you can start looking for an entry to go short. I mean, ultimately, I believe that that's where we're going back down to the lower end of the range here, which would be back towards this support here. So, and you can see if we break the lows of the day, we have a lot of room here, right? So your RR is still nice. You got to look at that too. So here we go. Let's get the break here. If we push through this, I think we're going to see a big push. Oh, there we go. So we push through. Let's see if we get a continuation. So two things I'd like to see here. Number one, a strong push and close below the lows. If it doesn't close below the lows, for me, it doesn't count. And then I'd like to see some imbalances left behind, or a imbalance at least. Yeah, we're toying with it. The other possibility here, just so that we're clear, is that this low end of the range holds and we push back up. But let's see what happens. We actually close right at the low of the day here, which does not give me the warm and fuzzies. Mhm, mm. Yeah, you can see that we're getting a little support here. What we need is a strong push down and a strong close. Um, we aren't getting that, at least not yet. Hmm. I mean, you could, well, that makes no difference now. I was going to draw a little area of imbalance here, but we've wicked out of it. Um, hmm. You're getting support here. This is a pretty decent bullish candle back to the upside here. So we're still kind of showing signs of trading in this range here today. Um, you know, could you use this as an inverse based off of that? Sure. Um, what's the risk to that? High, right? Considering that the overall trend is still down here. So am I looking for long positions? No, absolutely not. But we're still showing signs of range trading. So we didn't get the strong push that I wanted to see below the previous lows here on the day. We actually closed right at it twice and then got a bullish push out of it. Can it still happen? Sure. But as it gets later in the day, I reach my end point there of trading just because volume and stuff starts to decrease. So yeah, it might just be another day. It's all right. I mean, last week I didn't trade three days. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, didn't make any trades. Monday, did I trade on Monday? I don't remember now. I did make a couple of trades this week. Two of them were yesterday. No, I don't think I traded Monday. 4 days in a row I didn't trade. Yep. And then so yesterday I made two trades. First one went red. Second one was a green trade that gave me back what I lost. We talked about that earlier in the live if you want to go back, but quick synopsis. My fear took over and I closed that trade way too early. And so working on that. But still, we got back to break even, a little higher than I was before that trade. So it's okay. And if I end the week this week at break even, totally cool with that. I'd rather be break even than down and lose money because we're trading in this mess. So Yeah, we're not getting the price action that I want to see to the downside here. We're still getting some support in this general area here. Let's see if we get it here. Let's see if we get it now. We need a strong push. I'm talking like a good bearish candle with a good strong close below these lows here. That's what we need. Volatility's climbing again. It's just a week. It is what it is. We just got a lot of stuff going on. Nothing you can do about it. A lot of macroeconomic things. Um, a lot of uncertainty. Got to let it play out. This happens. I'd venture to say every 4 years, right? 12,000 Solana traders flocking to this viral crypto. Yeah, blah blah blah. Viral crypto. That stuff is danger. Danger, Will Robinson. Listen, I'm a fan of crypto. I believe in, what crypto stands for, but like, Bitcoin, Ethereum, the ones that have been around and have proven um, to be uh, ones that are going to stick around, right? These little pump and dumps, mm-mm, not for me. Apple unveils new MacBook Air models with $100 price cut, despite tariffs. Hey, well, Apple's one of the companies that have agreed to invest in the U.S., which means that they're going to be building, bringing some of the manufacturing back here, hiring U.S. people um, to build their products again, and which is exactly what um, that's the whole point of the tariffs and everything is to bring companies to the U.S. from outside of the country and hire, people in the U.S. That's how you get around the tariffs. That's nice. $100 price cut. MacBook Airs are nice. You can see we're still getting support here. Still getting support here. Mm-mm-mm. What else we got here? Bitcoin dominance drops as this 18-cent coin captures whales. Yeah, yeah. So they can pump it up and then everybody else buys into it and then they crash it and take all your money. We're gonna get the push we want here. Come on. Strong push. Let's go. Nah. Let's take a look at Bitcoin real quick while we're chilling here. Yeah. Well, the price action here is way better. Look at this. Maybe I should be trading over here instead. Clear direction. Let's see what it looks like on the day chart. Hmm. Picking up support in this area here. Makes sense. Yeah. Even Bitcoin doesn't know what it wants to do. Too much uncertainty. It's holding 80,000 though. See if it continues to hold. See, that's what I think we have some consolidation where we are to let a lot of this stuff play out. Yeah, which is okay. All right. Da, 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 da. Still getting support here. So I think I'm gonna wait for a couple more minutes here, but if we get some bullish candle um, out of this area here, I'm gonna be all done for today because I'm not taking longs today. Um, but I'm not playing with this this junk either. Look at this; it's disgusting. So, all right, tomorrow's another day. We don't have much coming out tomorrow for data. I know the market's going to be waiting to see the unemployment rate on Friday. That's going to be big, especially after all the federal cuts and stuff, the federal jobs. I don't know if let's see, this March, so we'll be getting February's numbers. Yeah, some of that might be in tomorrow's data. Next month data for sure. The unemployment number is going to be a big point to watch. Some of it might be in tomorrow or in Friday's data. We'll see, but um, the market's going to be interested in that. Obviously, the Fed is going to be interested in it, right? But you got to take into account that we are, the Fed is trying, or um, the new president is trying to lean out government here. So we are cutting jobs at the federal level and pretty substantially. So we are going to get some crappy employment numbers over the next couple months. So see how that affects the market and the Fed, honestly. But can actually see like we're creating a shelf here that we're struggling to push through, which aligns with the low back here market open. So we are still, as of right now, trading in this range here for the day. We can draw a little box here and you can see it probably a little bit better. See how we're holding here? Yeah. So if we get a bullish push out of this, the chances of us running all the way back up here or somewhere up in here are good, and I'm not trading that. So that'll be, this might be it for me today. I'm just going to turn it off so I don't force myself to take any trades. And tomorrow's another day. That's how you got to look at it. Tomorrow is another day. Mm. Sometimes trading is extremely boring. But I've said it before and I'll say it again. And there are a lot of trading books that say it over and over as well. If you're not bored while you're trading, you're not doing it right. Wait for your opportunities. Strong push, strong push. Maybe. It's not strong though. Like this is not what I want to see. I want to see a nosedive with a candle out of this area. You know, we aren't getting that. There isn't conviction behind the move. Are we gonna hang out a little longer? Mm. So to recap real quick on the day, any of the trades that I thought about taking and had laid out and talked about would have been negative trades today. Just to just to point that out. I did not take any trades today. I feel like I'm sitting in a movie theater watching a fantastic movie, but I have to pee really, really bad. And you're deciding whether now is the time to do it or if you should wait. Yeah. Well, anyway, I think this is going to do it for me. Yeah. No trades today. I'm okay with it. We're keeping the gains that I have, and tomorrow's another day. So I appreciate you all for watching. Thank you so much to all my subscribers. We're at 190 subscribers now, and I've been doing this for about 3.5 months. So thank you so much. I appreciate all of you. For those of you that watch my content and have not subscribed yet, I ask that you subscribe. Um, it would help me out a lot and help me continue to bring more and more to you out there. So let's hit that 200 mark. And then the next goal is 500 and beyond. But we've grown so quickly already. And I appreciate that. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. And again, if you guys have any criticisms, whatever, let me know. I wanna make sure that I'm bringing you what you guys want in this stuff, what you guys want to watch and listen to, and what you guys want to talk about. So, let me know. Feel free to reach out, leave comments, join the Discord, link in the description, hit me up at Discord, and let me know what you guys want and how I can continue to build and make this better for you. Right. So with that being said, I appreciate all of you. I will be back here tomorrow morning, same time before market open. If anything changes today, we'll post it in the Discord. Again, Discord is free, open for everyone. Link is in the description. Let's continue to build that community because that's growing also, and I'm grateful. So let's build, let's become successful together, and let's help others do the same thing. So I will see you guys all tomorrow. And yeah, trade safe, be patient, wait for your setups, post them in the Discord. I'll see you guys tomorrow.